Well, welcome to another episode of Rimshots with Sean. And we were on Eastlink there a couple of minutes ago. I forgot it a couple of times. We're back on the YouTube channel here. I'm with Mr. Chuck Boudreau, East Coast Hour. A new endeavor, 6 weeks old. We're into segment number 7 for him, episode number 7. And hey, man, I just want to dive right in. Just give my viewers exactly what it is that you're doing, and then let's just go to guns here and start promoting some people.
Yeah, sure. Thanks for having me here. At East Coast Hour came about just kind of a thought about how can I find this little niche with YouTube and promote East Coast artists and their videos. So I just came up with the idea to have a 1 hour weekly show where we feature music videos from East Coast artists. So it's been great, phenomenal so far with East Coast artists coming forward, wanting to share their videos, not only with me, but with the viewing audience. And it's a way for them to be able to promote their music as well. So a couple of great artists right off the top that I have been familiar with over the past few years. Quote the Raven group out of Newfoundland. It's a duo that I've followed along, and I just love their harmony. It's just like two voices sounding like one. And they've had a few different videos out, and you should check them out. Quote the Raven, because you will be pleasantly pleased with the sound that you hear from them. Also, Brett Matthews is another artist that I've been featuring. Brett is from the Waikagama area here in Cape Breton, and he's been doing a lot of work with Canadian hip-hop artist Classified. He actually entered a contest that Classified had launched. It was to find artists who would be able to, some musicians who would be able to play some of his music for the retrospective album that he was putting out. And Brett entered the contest, and through various back and forth, Classified brought him to Enfield and into the recording studio there. They've done a project with retrospective, but now Classified is continuing to work with Brett Matthews, and he had a single out called If I Die Today, a video If I Die Today, just absolutely amazing, and just launched a brand new one about a week ago called Tomorrow. So I'm following Brett. I've let him know how much that I'm hooked at the moment on his music. And so you can find him on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. So check out Brett Matthews' music. Leona Berkey has been a great supporter of her community. Although she lives in Halifax, she's from Richmond County. She'll often come back and do shows and support her community. She's actually working on the Shine Blue show right now, which is in support of Autism Nova Scotia. So she's getting together with some performers, Ray Stone, also Wendy Owens Abbott, Rosie Sampson, Eastbound. So she's getting together with them and putting together a show in support of Autism Nova Scotia. So actually, Leona is going to be my featured spotlight coming up on episode number 7 this Sunday. The Bloody Hell is a group that reached out to me, wanting to know if I was willing to play hard music and how hard that I was willing to play. So I asked them to send me a couple of videos because I needed to understand what they were talking about. I'm not opposed to putting harder music on the East Coast Hour channel, but I did find a video that they sent me that we were able to kind of get together and share their music and share their video. So they are actually releasing something brand new very shortly on April 20th. They're going to have a new song out called G from their Nobody Cares album. So another group that I've been kind of following along, keeping in contact with. I mentioned Leona Berkey a little while ago, but she's actually taking part in an event that's coming up here where I live. It's called Girls with Guitars. Dolores Boudreau, an artist in her own right, is going to be hosting and performing there with her, as well as some other artists, Becky Burno, Lisa Cameron, Wendy Owens Abbott, and Rosie again, Yvette Boudreau. They're all going to be performing for a show in Discouse that's coming up there on April the 21st. So and as well, Nova Scotia Music Week, they're at the point now where they're starting to sell their delegate passes and their wristbands for the show. That's only coming up November 7th to the 10th in Wolfville, but they're already selling off those delegate passes. So they're on the go with that. Very pleased to see that the Bruce Guthrow Songwriter Circle is continuing. His children, Dylan and Jody, have picked that up, and they're continuing on with offering up shows at the casino in Halifax, where they are bringing in a number of great artists. They have one coming up on June 21st, where they're going to be doing a show with Bria Isabel, Carlton Stone, and Dave Sampson. So people should reach out and get their tickets. I was very pleased to see that that is continuing. And Bruce is also going to be recognized at the Stan Rogers Folk Festival coming up in Canso this summer. There'll be the kickoff concert on July 25th. So some great performers lined up to pay tribute to Bruce's life and his music. Dave Gunning, Irish Mythen, Dylan and Jody Guthrow, JP Cormier, Lenny Gallant, Lucy McNeil, Matt Anderson. There's so many. Men of the Deeps are going to be there as well. So something you might want to check out. I've gone to the Stanfest a couple of times, and it's always a great day. Granted, you got to watch the weather, but it's a great event.
Always. And thank you so much for fulfilling what most people said I haven't done in the last 2 months in about 2 minutes and 37 seconds. So thank you for that, sir. So, and it's funny, and you mentioned Leona because I'm a big Kiss fan. Leona played my birthday this year, and she put together a bath, which was kind of fun. And her and Miss Ryder sang it together, which was kind of cool. One of the things you mentioned in the East Link segment, which I think is key that people need to understand, is that East Coast artists, they put their material out, people might stream it. It's very difficult for them to get people to actually watch their videos. And I'll give you an example. One of the, I guess we'll call it countdowns that I follow, there was an artist who was further down the food chain that maybe had some more resources. And I think 8 or 9 above them combined didn't have, they were out 23,000 from what that one artist had, which tells me there's a problem with having people see videos seen. So I think what you're doing is filling a void there.
It is definitely, and that's part of when I was trying to decide what that little niche was that I wanted to do, pick up on for YouTube, and once I reached out to the artist, that's kind of the response I got. I want to throw a shout out to Terry Kelly. When I approached Terry about this YouTube channel, he asked me to give him a call so we could actually chat about what my intent was, but he gave me some great advice as well about contacting artists and what I couldn't do probably on the channel. But he was a great support and kind of gave me that encouragement right off the top.
Yeah, I think, and this is purely just my my experience, and maybe I'm overseeing it or overlooking it, but I think sometimes when you go to somebody from our area and say, "Hey, I want to interview you," I think they want to do it, but I think there might be a little bit of a not distrust, but maybe discouragement that, oh, I've done it before, it hasn't worked out, or somebody's taken me out of context or hasn't done the piece that I've wanted to. So maybe they're a little timid about doing that. Would you say that might be a fair statement?
I haven't experienced it because usually when I mean, there's been a few artists that I've reached out to and trying to have an interview with them to promote their music. And oftentimes it's either that they're just way too busy, can't organize it. At least that's the response I get. Or, for example, in the case that I'm doing right now with East Coast Hour, that their record label is kind of getting in the way. The people who hold the rights to their songs. And so sometimes I'm not able to have the artists on that I know people would probably like to be able to see, but I just can't get them on.
And I work with Indie Tunes Records, and I do know that the big label thing is not what it used to be, but it still has a way of driving up walls. I'm not going to beat up on them. That's not what this is about, but it does happen. And sometimes when you sign with that label, you're beholden to their rules and the regulations, and therefore you don't get a full answer as to why you can't appear on something, and so you can't take it personally, which I maybe have done in the past.
Right. Yeah, I don't lay blame on the artist or the record label. It is what it is. It's the agreement that's been signed, and if I can't share their music, then I just can't share it. So I can kind of revert back to my work on the radio to be able to share their music there, but I just can't do it on YouTube.
Yeah, and it's unfortunate, but eventually I think we're going to get everybody on board because it is a medium that, if used properly, can hit an awful lot of people effectively and in a positive way. And let's call it what it is. We're all trying to sell product, right? Mm-hmm. We want to put on a good show and have a good touchy feely thing, but at the end of the day, everybody's trying to push something forward that creates commerce. So I think it's a good a good venue to do that.
Yeah, and I don't shy away from it whatsoever. I'm very upfront. I mean, my intention, my goal is to monetize this YouTube channel. Yep. So I share that with the artist. I share that with the venues when I'm contacting someone about contests and prize packages. So I let them know right up front that that's my goal.
Well, and that's smart business because, for a while, and it was funny, me personally, people in the states that I deal with had no qualms about, oh yeah, you're a business or you're doing whatever. Here, it's kind of like, oh, you're a cute little Facebook page, and and it's messaging get weird. So I've made some shifts and what have you to I guess serious it up, if you will. In your I guess tell everybody what you've been doing, because you told us in the Eastland segment, to try to get your subscriber base up and try to get that rolling.
Yeah, so I was leery about how much work it was going to be to get subscribers on the channel, because you have to reach a threshold of 1,000 subscribers in order to be able to be monetized. And very quickly, my subscriber base jumped. From 30 some subscribers overnight, then up over 200, then 500. Now I'm over 1,200 subscribers to the channel, which is absolutely fabulous. The experience I'm having right now is getting people to watch the videos, because it calculates watch hours as well. So you have to have 4,000 watch hours, and I'm a far cry from that. It's building these days, but not at the rate that I'd like it to. So one of the things that I did is I did a little bit of research, looked into how can you increase your watch hours, how can you increase your subscriber base, and one of the suggestions that they had, besides another number of other little tips, was to offer contests to subscribers. And so that's what I've been doing. I've reached out to various venues to offer up tickets to shows at their establishment as well. Gift certificates have been coming my way. I've had an overnight stay at an inn. So they have been right on board as well. I mean, they all see the benefit of promoting East Coast artists, and in the same way, it's promoting their venue. So that's one of the things I've been doing, is offering up contests now for the past. This will be week number 3 that I'm offering up a contest, and so basically what I do is I get subscribers. You have to subscribe to the channel in order to be able to be eligible. And then on the episode, I ask the subscribers to comment to let me know that they have subscribed, and let me know where they're watching from, so I can kind of interact with them a little bit as well.
Yeah, and I mean, again, it's my experience. People like stuff for free, and so you have to, I guess, fill that component to draw them in. But once people get in there, if you do have content, and it's interesting content, they will come back and view it. So I mean, you got to keep that up. And I mean, here's the big thing. This is a big tip. Anybody that's watching, and Chuck, you would probably already know this, but artists, when you come on a podcast, share it. Don't come on the podcast and let it just sit there and get everybody else. Share it, because I can tell you, I had an artist. I won't name the artist. They shared the podcast, and in 2 days, it got over 30,000 views because they shared it to their socials and shared it. And I don't know why somebody takes the time to do an interview and then they don't push it to their people. Did they not like the interviewer? Okay, fine, no problem. Were they uncomfortable with some of the questions? That can be fixed. But if something is good, share it, because you're not doing yourself any favors by not doing that.
Actually, what I did for episode 6, I think it was the most recent episode, was I actually took a bit of a write-up and pushed it out to the artists that were on the show, and basically said, here's a write-up you can use. Please share the video, and ask them to share what I actually wrote up for them. And I would say about half of them did. So,
yep. And it's not an uncommon thing. I'm going on a show later on tonight where we talk about this all the time, where, fan engagement is one thing, but if it's like if you're a car salesman and you're selling Ford vehicles, we're not getting any money for this, so we can say it. You're selling Ford vehicles, but you're driving a Chev. Why would anybody want to buy a Ford off you? And same thing, go watch me get interviewed by Chuck, but you don't do it yourself and you don't share it. That to me just is you can't expect anybody to follow you or share what you're doing if you do that.
That's right. That's right. I mean, and so I do appreciate when artists do share it, and I make sure they know. I send them my appreciation for going that extra step.
Well, and I can tell you, and I've said this to you a bunch of times, that anything that we've done with Michelle's stuff, you've been quick to pick up on it. You've been quick to ask for promo. You've been quick to do that. You got the scoop on the new. You were the first one to get to play the new song, just because of the thanks that you did on the first one, which she greatly appreciates. So, last question, my friend, because we've been at this for a while, not only here but on Eastlink, which I said it 4 times on my show, and I barely said it on the actual show. But where can my viewers find out about East Coast Hour and Chuck Boudreau?
So just go to YouTube, search out East Coast Hour, and the channel is there. You can find not only the episodes that I've put up now, 6, 7th will go up this Sunday. I also have posted up some shorts, some little promotional, little videos that help draw people to the channel. Each week when I have an artist on the show, if whatever video I've played, I've created a playlist of East Coast artists as well, so you can see all the videos that we've had up on the show. And I also started last week taking a coffee break with East Coast Hour. So one artist, join me for a coffee break, play their video, and sit back and relax while you sip your coffee.
Very cool. And these are all things, people, that, not everything sticks. But when you try, good things happen. And Chuck's doing some things that are happening, so it's great. And you're going to see Chuck and I kind of doing some, as the cool kids say, collabs over the next little bit, and hopefully that'll help both of us out and everybody in the East Coast. Mr. Boudreau, I want to thank you for doing this, my friend.
Thank you very much,
I'm going to get down to your neck of the woods soon, man. We got to do an eye to eye, face to face, across the table kind of chat and tape that too. So,
yeah,
peace out, my friend.
Sure. Take care.